In this video, we will be covering applying the vinyl numbers to the back of the FireFly hard case. What you should have for this step is the vinyl letters pre-cut, a transfer sheet. It's really helpful to have a sharp pair of tweezers to help pull out the middle of the letters and the parts we won't be using, and then of course your FireFly case. So let's get started. So when you get your vinyl letters, either you printed these yourself or you ordered them in the kit and they came as part of the kit, you're going to need to peel away the negative space that's not going to be used in the actual lettering part. The spacing that came with the kit has all the numbers in the right location, so that if you just peel away the background, then they'll be in the right spot to transfer them directly onto the final case. When removing the inside of the numbers, it's best just to, you might try and bend it from the back a little bit just to expose the edge or something. I'm just going to try and slide my tweezers right underneath and grab out the center of the number. There. And just remove that. So continue on with the 8 and the 6 and all the numbers that have the inside parts that need to be removed. Once you've removed all the insides of the numbers, it's time to peel away the background. I like to start on the top right hand corner because that's the direction of the letters that if I drag away it'll release the best, in my opinion. What you may try and do is when you come up to a number, use the tweezers to hold the number in place as you start to peel away, and then on the back side you can grab it and try and keep it in place. If the number moves around a little bit, it's okay because you can come back with the tweezers and line it up with the lines to make sure it's in the proper place before we apply it to the case. Okay, once you remove the backing, I wanted to show this to you. It's mostly important just to save the numbers. When I was pulling off the backing, some of the numbers moved, and that's okay. I actually had one of them that came off with the plastic, and I had to pull it off with the tweezers and put it back on the paper. You'll notice that the 1 on the 12 is slightly moved out of place and the 3 is low. Now is the point to go back in and use your tweezers to adjust the location of each number. I'm going to slide this up. I don't know if it shows up on video, but from the original vinyl cutter you can actually see the lines of where the number is supposed to be located. I'm going to slide each number back into the proper location and make sure it's there before we move on to the next step. Now that we've peeled off the background, leaving only the numbers, we're going to want to make sure that the vinyl stickers and the transfer pad are going to fit on the case with no interference. So we grab our case and just put them up there. Put this up there. So what we want to make sure is that they don't start to ride up the wall. We don't want to have to deal with that. If it's a little bit long, this one is kind of rubbing a little bit, I might go ahead and just trim off a little bit of this transfer paper so that we have room to work when we go to place the stickers. Now the transfer paper has lines on it to help you line everything up later, and this is also translucent so that we can see through it when we go to stick this on. So I'm going to line the top of my transfer paper up with the numbers. Alright, now once that's on there, we want to press on top of each number to make sure that it sticks well to the transfer paper. Alright, that's pretty good. Now, next thing we want to do is we're going to start peeling the vinyl away We're going to watch the numbers to make sure that they come with the transfer paper. And if they don't, there we go. There. All of my numbers. Next thing we're going to do is go ahead and grab your transfer paper. And when we line these numbers up, you're going to want the individual number to be about halfway between the two holes. So luckily with the translucent transfer paper, we can actually see each of the holes through it, and we want to line it up the best we can. There we go. Alright, once we have the transfer paper lined up with the numbers in the middle of each of the holes, to center them, now we can press on top of each number, and hopefully this will transfer it onto the case, and then we can peel away the transfer paper. Before rubbing these all on, I made sure that everything was where I wanted it, and none of the numbers needed to be moved. And then I like to peel this at a low angle. It tends to work a little bit better for me. If it starts to pull up a number, like that number 5, just come back, press on it. There we go. Now that I'm going to go ahead and just press on them again to make sure they all stick really well. The next step is going to be to start installing the individual ports, and we'll have a video on that, on how to assemble the wires and solder them in place. So thank you for joining for this video, and hopefully we'll catch you on the next one.